that whatever we do and whatever we say here this afternoon, it has to be carried out. Nobody will change it until I change it. The only other person can change it after me is the president or the vice president. Nobody else after me. Because it seems that we put in some system in place, and when we leave, it changed like that. And I warned the NDC just now at Blackbush that we give them 2 of these machines, and when we go to Blackbush afterwards, people are complaining. I'm not saying they're doing that right now, I'm just saying what happened. We are trying, the government is trying to bring facility to the people. We are trying to, as much as possible, to bring relief. And when we give those relief, instead of people satisfied, we are having dissatisfaction. And we have to stop those things now. And what is happening, because it seems that a few persons are making decisions and taking decisions behind our backs. And it's affecting not them, it's affecting the government. Right? And we have to stop that immediately. So before I make some decision here this afternoon, I will ensure, you know for a fact, that what we are seeing now in the sector, we have seen an upsurge in the agriculture sector. The comrade raised just now about Firish, the fish farmer, the shrimp farmers in Region 6. Well, let me tell you what. The shrimp farmer used to produce 10,000 kilograms of shrimp on a monthly basis in the whole of Region 6. What we did, we said that we will work with and help them to develop their ponds. And we started out. And from 10,000 kilograms monthly, they are now producing approximately 100,000 kilograms. You can see how much increase, almost tenfold we have increases we have had. But notwithstanding, there are still some farmers who still who remain to get their job done. That doesn't mean that it wouldn't continue. It will continue. So we have made note of those 6 farmers that remain in Firish. But when I come back to Region 6, I will bring all the brackish shrimp water farmers and we'll meet with them at Albion and we'll deal with this issue. We have made a number of sluices. I learned recently that there was some shrimp die out, and what the comment is saying that because of the water coming out from the cultivation of Gaisuko. So I will ask the fisheries officers to come to Berbice. If there is need to excavate the channel that he spoke about, we will do that so that you all can get direct water coming in, so that we can get water in your ponds. Now coming back to this area, I just spoke to Dennis, who is from this area. And he said that there are a number of farmers who receive work from the machines. Well, I want to make it clear here this afternoon that we will do the public work first before any private farmers work. So as the comrade said that they need to do the trench, they need irrigation, they need the dams. So I will hand over this big machine here to the region. And the first set of work from Monday, it will be in the Community Philippi area. And it will work in this area. And we have to prioritize and get a program. And nobody, no NDC, or nobody will have the authority to move it out from this area. We have to get it done if this area is suffering. So I'll ask the chairman and vice chairman, the REO, to work along with the community and get somebody, you get Dennis, work with Ministry of Agriculture to work along to ensure, and we can't do all the canal at the same time. So let us now work on a program, let us prioritize a program, and from next week, this machine here will work in the community. So let us prioritize the main canals and those main dams. So within a month time from now, we can do all those areas that need work immediately. In this part of the right, Chairman? In this part in the community. So this afternoon I'll hand over to the region, and the region will control this machine, not NDIA. The region will control it. So when next time I come back, I know the region I will give them friends and family, right? They will utilize it according to the program. Then, what I have done, we heard that there are a number of community drainage that needs work. We have about 10 small machines in this region, mini, about 10 mini excavators. Some are dumb. So I asked NDIA to get it to repair all. This afternoon, we already gave 2 to Blackbush Polder. Those 2 are assigned specifically for Blackbush. They're not coming from Blackbush anymore. So you got 4 polders. One machine will be in 2 polders, and the other will be in the other 2. So you got 2 new brand machine here that we'll give to the region 2. Remember that NDIA region will get this. I want it to be utilized in the NDC area. All the interlocking drain, all the drains in the community must be desilted. There are lots of areas that need the drain to clean. But we must not clean it and leave it on the shoulder RU. We must move out the dirt, the spoil. We must move out the spoils. So from next week, these 3 machines that will be given to the region will be operable in the community. Now, in each NDC area, I want the regional chairman, them to work with the community, because sometimes our councillors too are keeping out people. So we have to bring in people from the community to be part of this committee to manage the machine to do this program. So what we'll do, I'll ask that we have a program in the various community. We'll work in from the most vulnerable areas and start the work. But as I said, that from next week, this big machine here will work in the Cramanti, Philippi area. Well, we can't do all the canals, you know. I see y'all say yes, but not all. Let us prioritize some canals. The most important canals, if you're doing 4, 5, 6 canals, and the dams, let us get it done, and then we'll move out the machine to go to other areas. Right? The REO said he has a list. So what I want to do after this meeting, all those representatives from those areas here, sit down with the REO. Sit down with the REO, come up with a list, a prioritized list. At least about 6 canals. Right? 6, 7 canals in the community. And from next week, this machine will start work in the community. Y'all agree with me? Yeah. So nobody will say that the minister make a commitment and then change it. None NDC make a right to change it anymore. This will continue to work until the works that we have we said we will do complete. Right? So that will happen in that. These are the 2 machines. The REO, I want you all to get a program, work with the chair and vice chair, get a program, and work along in this community, in the various community. I want to know how many machines are done in the fleet that you have, the small machine that NDIA have in the community. And if they are done, let that, so you have 21. You have 21 NDC or CD local government bodies in this community. You got 3 municipalities, and you got 22. Oh yeah, 52-74 split now, right? You got 3 NDCs, and the rest are 3 municipalities, and the rest are NDCs. Now he has 22 local government bodies. With what he have, how many? 10 mini excavator you have?
Not operable.
No, well, how much you have? 10. And this 2 will make it 12. So for each local government body, we'll repair the 4. The 2 or 4 that he have. That will repair immediately. And I want it to be assigned, like if you have 24 and you got 12, so 2 LAA bodies must be get one of this machine. Right? And we now move it out. So if for example, if we have John's Port Morant and Wim Bloomfield, 1 machine assigned to those communities. right? And in that way, we'll have more work done, and we'll have better supervision, and nobody got to move out machine from the community. Y'all agree with me? Yeah. So we know number 1 machine is assigned to Wim Bloomfield and John Sportmaran. So when you see number 1, that is in those areas. So when you see number 1, 5274, that 2 NDC 5263 and 6474, you know that is outside the bound. So we'll now do that. So Ario, I want a report from you by next week. How many machines are in the area? Where is the NDIA engineer? So work along with the REO. Come up with how many small machines that we have, how many are operable, how many need to be fixed. We'll fix those and assign it to the various local government bodies. Right? So that was done by next week. The other machines that you have, we have, how many other machines we have? 14. How many operable out of the 14? 11. So let me fix the rest and get and assign them to the various cultivation area too. Right? So that we move, you know, when we move machine, we're getting too much complaint. You hear what the guy said? I came, I give the machine, and when I left and gone, somebody move out the machine. Right? Somebody move out the machine. Just don't miss, you'll have your chance. Right? So we'll assign machine now to various areas. So we'll ask NDIA to come up with a catchment area, we'll assign either 1, 2 machine to each area, what we are doing. In that way, we'll have better uses of the machine, and we'll have less criticism. So those are the few things I want to say, comrades. I know that we are we are about to conclude the harvesting of the crops. The rice crop. I think the yield is very good. We are getting about 6.7 tons per hectare. This year, for the first time since we start growing rice in Guyana, this year we will surpass the 700,000 ton mark. And that will be an achievement for us. Your Region 6 is one of the main contributors to that. Earlier this year, earlier in the crop, we had a serious threat. And we had a meeting at Albion where we came up with some solution to the problem. And I think we were able to manage it to a certain level, the paddy bugs. Right? And we haven't had much damages this crop from the paddy bugs. So what we are doing too in Monday coming, we are launching a new variety of paddy, Monday, that will become available to farmers. Like when we launched 2 years ago the GRDB 16, and then last year we launched the Biofortified rice. Tomorrow, Monday coming, we're launching a new variety, GRDB 18, and that variety is a good variety. It will help us. You'll get a lot of more. You'll get more better yield there. But what the comrades them told me, the technical people them, that it can stand up a longer period than falling down, like how we got these rice falling down when the time pass, right? And the ball, is longer. You're getting better yield. So you take advantage of it. We'll launch it Monday, and that will become available. You heard what the president has been saying. We want to increase poultry. We are now going into these modern tunnel houses. If you are interested, one is about approximately 40 million. 40 million, we have the bank. The bank, we are working with the bank to fund the program. So you only got to come up with a small amount of cash. If you want to do it individually, what we have been doing, we have been having the young people involved in this program. Now, the president launched Region 3, Region 4, and Region 5 already. Shortly, we will be in Region 6 to launch the Region 6 program. Whilst that is going on, we are also looking to build these hydroponics facility. We have the largest one at Enmore with 100,000 plantlets. And we are building 2 others. One in Essequibo, one in, 3 others, sorry. One in Essequibo, one in Region 5, and one in Region 10, where young people will be involved. we are looking at Region 6 to do other programs. We have started the prawns program at Onverwagt. We have started production there already. Farmers, we can work along with farmers to get into that programs. In those programs, sorry. We have had a number of other crops that we have prioritized in CARICOM where you can start grow those crops. We can work along with you. By next year, we are hoping to have a tissue culture lab where we will produce millions of planting materials and where we will give you these planting materials free. As a matter of fact, as I'm speaking now, I asked Nari to make these planting material free of cost to you so that you can have these planting materials. But you know, we have 11 nurseries around the country and we cannot produce enough planting material for everyone. So next year, we will be having this tissue culture lab that we are building now. And by the first quarter of next year, we'll start rollout production. Then we have a state-of-the-art abattoir in Region 5, where all the slaughtering, modern slaughtering of animals will be done. So all these facilities we are making. Presently, we are building a food hub on the highway, the Linden-Soesdijk Highway, Yarrow Cabra, where we will have a number of commodities, a number of produce being exported to the Caribbean. We have a ship, a ferry service, will start in a matter of months between Trinidad, Barbados, and Guyana. When it comes to Guyana, we have to have produce to send it back out. And things like cassava, the entire root crops, things like pepper, tomato, all those things we want to go to large scale. The high value crops, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, lettuce. We are going into shade house program. So all these things you can take advantage of. And those comrades who spoke just now from the Cromarty area about cash crop, work along with our officers to see what help you can get. We have been given farming tools and farming implement to farmers around the region, around the country. I think in Region 6 we give a number of farming groups already in these communities, these communities. So, comrade, there are lots of things in the agriculture sector. We have increased budgetary allocation from $13.5 billion in 2020 to $97 billion today. We have started the construction of the Hope Light Canal, 2 Hope Light Canal, one at numbers 51, 52 area, and one at Lancaster, Manchester area. Right now, the works are going on to build an embankment from number 66 to Kanji to keep away the water from the backland to come into this area. We are building this 2 high-level Hope Light Canal that will drain directly into the Atlantic. So in a matter of a year from now, flooding that has been a problem for us in Region 6, we'll minimize flooding drastically when these canals are constructed. We will open up more lands. We'll open up more lands for farmers. We are working with the various farming areas, farming group, not only rice farmers, not only cash crop farmers, but we are looking at the livestock sector too. So we have brought in last year 73 breeding animals. We have the black belly sheep program we roll out in Region 5, over 250 farmers already in the program. We want to create a brand from this part of the world to replace the New Zealand lamb and the Australian lamb coming to this part here. We receive 1,000 sheep from Barbados, and GLDA is rolling out that program. So generally in the agriculture sector, this is not only for rice and a cash crop. We have to ensure that we go into all the sectors. Aquaculture, livestock, crop section, you name it. We have started also the recultivation at Skeldon Estate. This year we will be planting 1,500 hectares of sugarcane. And we have some sugarcane variety that will give us better yield than what we have in now. Those 1,500 hectares that we are planting are mechanized. We'll have machine planted, machine cut it, reap it to take to the factory. And eventually we'll do another 5,000 total of 5,000 hectares of sugarcane back at Skeldon. The Vice President was here last Tuesday, and we'll set up a committee to look how we'll develop the 35,000 acres of land that is from number 51, 52 area onto Molson Creek, so that farmers can have more access to the land. We already have the money in the budget. $2 billion have been allocated to start the development of the 35,000 acres of land. So we are working, and we are working to ensure that we develop this sector. This is one of the most important sectors for us, the agriculture sector. That is why you are seeing the expenditure coming out of this sector. You know, yesterday I was taken aback. In 2017 and 2018, the previous government bought 12 pumps from India with a line of credit. They borrowed the money from an Indian bank and they bought 12 pumps. When we came into government, the pumps that they bought were all undersized. Wasn't suitable to do the pumping, the engines. So we did an assessment, we had a technical team, and they look at these things and they say all the 10 out of the 12 engines had to be replaced. Well, we are now discussing with the contractor from India, a company named Apollo, to replace the engine. We stopped the payment, we didn't pay back no money. They pay about $600,000 US already when they term. They collected the engine in March of 2020. The engine is not suitable. So the Auditor General in his report this year flagged it and said that the 10 engines have to be replaced by the contractor, but the ministry didn't collect it as yet. So just show how the guys is shallow. They thought it was the PPP bought the engine. So Sherrod Duncan go on the page and put, 10 engines supposed to be coming in the country and the ministry didn't collect it yet. But when we put out the statement and say, who bought the engine? They stopped talk. They bought the engine and they bought the undersized engine. I was in Parliament when we were debating and I told Ramjatan it was the engine like fire engine. Can't pump the water. So we have to have the 12 replacement. They went to Panama. They took the farmers' paddy to Panama in between 2018 and 2019. They left the farmers on their own $7 million US. The authority in Panama didn't pay the Guyanese rice millers. We told them that we will fight for them and get the money. Recently we got the money. So the millers will be paid now. The millers will be paid, they got the money, and shortly we'll pay the millers. These are things we must not take for granted. We must see who de-emphasize agriculture. We never said that rice farming is a private business. These are things we used to hear during the last government. So let's work together. Let's develop the sector. This is one of the most, or if not the most important sector, because this sector is responsible for food security. If we not develop it, we wouldn't get proper food. And the president is very passionate about this sector. He wants us not only to increase production on those crops that we have been planting for centuries, but he wants us to go into new crops. We have started corn and soya. We have started the high value crops. We're looking to do the trial for tropical wheat, and we're doing a number of other crops that we are looking. We're bringing back the cultivation of coffee and cocoa in large scale in places like Region 1 and the Pomeroon. We have started the spice production in Region 1, things like black pepper, nutmeg, ginger, turmeric. We want Region 1 to produce all those planting spices. We bought planting material, over $40 million in planting material, and give the farmers in Region 1 to plant. So we are coming back. Guyana is coming back as one of the most powerful countries in the Caribbean in agriculture. And it depends on you. Who are the farmers? We only can do the investment. We can do the infrastructure. But you have to farm. And that is why we are making the input in agriculture, because we know that is important. We have to help the farmers. So let us work together, comrades. Let us build this sector. This government, your government, the PPP civic government, we have a vision to make Guyana once again the food basket of the Caribbean. Let me thank you very much.